What is going down, everybody? It's your boy Stevie coming back at you with the Minecraft series. Last time we left off, we were playing around with bees, trying to get to the Blizzy bee. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it and started working towards. Actually, yes, I did. I know for a fact I did because I left off right when I was breeding the icy bee, which is a requirement for the gelid, so I at least talked about it. Alright, so we know that the gelid bee. So we know that the gelid bee produces cryotheum, and as you could tell, off camera, I went ahead and did the final step to make the gelid bee. And as you can tell, this has only been from one life cycle, and 4%. With no production sieves as well, and as you could tell, like, it's producing so much cryotheum, it's kind of crazy, and it only costs power, which is awesome. But the past couple of hours I've been doing a little bit of remodeling in the machine room, so let's go take a peep at that and show you guys what I've done. I shouldn't say the machine room, but I guess I could because, I did do this, and I got rid of the the vertical venting that was going this way, and I added this, so it makes it look like it's connected. But the main difference is, first off, this. I tore down the wall and added marble brick with what we decided was the wood wall. But I did a lot of remodeling in this room right here, the reactor room, as you can tell. And there's a spider down there. So let me get rid of that death point. So I was watching a couple of machine videos. Not machine videos, but but shows with machines in them, because Discovery Channel was on. And I decided I wanted to make it look more like a machine reactor type room, and also with a little bit of a 007 GoldenEye twist to it. I don't know if you guys ever played that one level where you're going through the labs underground. I think it was underground. Pretty sure it was underground. But this kind of reminded me of that as well. Especially the door. The way the doors open, they opened up in a circular motion. So I kind of wanted to get that circular effect. Not effect, but like, I wanted the door to look circular. Yes. But let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let me get downstairs so I can show you guys what I did down there as well. So these are elevators from open blocks. They are made from just wool and I believe redstone. To use them, you need to have first off one underneath your feet, but you also need one either above or below you, or I should say above or below this elevator. With no blocks in between, I think. Yes, I'm pretty sure no blocks can be in between. And then to use them, you either press shift to go down or spacebar to go up, just like so. Pretty cool. Open blocks is kind of awesome that way. Anyways, there are a couple more things I do want to do to this room before I consider it done. Like, there's these lights from Project Red right here, and I was actually talking about Project Red the other day, how I wanted to start it and do it and whatnot, and I didn't know if there would be actually any mods that I can use, or any things I could use from Project Red, and it turns out that Project Red's actually got some sick lights and some sick things that you can do. Thinking about making these here yellow ones, because they would match like the theme of a reactor room, and also these hazard blocks. They match them real nice. I think it would be a nice touch. But as you could tell, I started framing out our new reactor. This is going to be the one. This is going to be our next one. This is going to be one that we're going to have for a little bit, and then we're going to make it probably as big as this room, more or less. But I don't want to waste all the resources without an automated way to get the resources to build that ginormous reactor. Plus, I need something in between. I can't just go from that small one to a huge one. Like, I'm going to be producing way too much power for anything that I need, and I'm at the point now where that reactor's not producing enough for what I need. So I need something like in between, and this size is about perfect. It's not too big, but it's still big enough to the point where it's going to produce a lot of power. Right. So enough jumping around and killing myself. Let's start building this reactor. Alright guys, so we finally got all of our fuel rods and control rods into place. Man, I can't talk today. Now we gotta fill these in-between spaces with cryothium. And then over the coolant, because you don't want to fill the coolant all the way up to the tippy top, you're gonna put a reactor casing over the top. Alright, so the first things first. Since we already have the cryothium, realistically all we need is a portable tank. And I'm going to go ahead and make the hardened one right away because it's pretty easy to make. All you need is copper, glass, and then Invar. Copper, glass. Oh wow, we have a lot of glass. And Invar. Do we have Invar? Yes, we have just enough. Boom. Hardened case, hardened portable tank. Now we put this. That's the fluid transposer. So we're gonna do this. So the coolant we're going to use is cryothium, obviously. I've been talking about it forever. All you need to do is make the cryothium dusts, throw it in the magma crucible, and it'll automatically start pumping it into the fluid transposer if you have it set up so. And then you want to make yourself that hardened portable tank that we just made. And then set the configuration so that way it will output on top into the portable tank, and then from there, every time it gets full, just like so, you click toggle empty and it'll fill up the portable tank. Wait till it's completely empty and then click fill again, and rinse and repeat. Alright guys, as you can see, I made an Imperial Bee. For one simple reason. I was getting really impatient with waiting on the cryothium, so I decided I wanted to work towards production mods, which will increase the amount of cryothium that the bees will produce by 20% each upgrade, and you can install 8 of them, which is a maximum of 160% plus 160% production rate. Jesus. Which is significantly large. I'd be getting just about 3 times the amount of cryothium or what am I saying? What logic is that? I'd be getting 1.5 times the amount I'd be getting now. So like basically 2.5 for every one I'm getting right now. That's amazing, and a lot faster too. So got to work with the bees and made that Imperial Queen real quick. The reason why you need that is because the production mods are made out of royal jelly, which can only be found or only be gotten. oh my god, only be produced by the Imperial bee. Alright guys, we're back here, finally, after a couple hours of gathering cryothium and mining to get all the resources to make all the reactor casings of control rods, fuel rods, and whatnot. It's finally done, the reactor. Now we get to build the power line, and I think what I'm going to do for that is build an entirely new room. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have power lines running all throughout the house. I'm going to build a turbine room eventually, though. Yeah, alright, so to do that, we need quite a bit of energetic alloys, if I'm not mistaken. We want to get the best energy conduits we can get right now, because we can't afford what do they call it, the cryothium flux ducts right now. Or can we? You know what? Let's see. You know what? I think we might be able to. Yeah, you know what? Let's do cryothium flux ducts instead. Go right for the big boys, because that'll save us a lot of ender pearls, a lot of gold, which we'd have to use anyhow for the electrum. Alright. So, to make these cryothium flux ducts, we first need to make the empty ones, which require basically just electrum and fused quartz. Basically, that's all we need, electrum and fused quartz, and I think that's just silver and gold? Yeah. So I might actually have to go mining. I don't know if I have enough silver, because I haven't been grabbing it. I have some. Actually, yeah, let's go mining real quick. I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of silver, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back here, and as you can see, I already started making a couple of the redstone energy flux ducts, which is what we need to make the empty cryothium flux duct. And to make these, essentially, is the same thing as the cryothium flux ducts, only smaller. So, fused quartz surrounded by electrum, whereas the cryothium flux duct is basically the same thing, only more resources. And you cannot use the empty ones, they have to be filled. So the way you fill them is the fluid transposer. What you use is redstone. We have more than enough flux ducts here for a while. And we have 54 to start with. Good enough. Now they're empty, as you can tell. The way you fill them, same way you fill the redstone ones. Throw them into fluid transposers, but as the name suggests, cryo-stabilized flux ducts, they do need to be filled with cryothium. So back to the bees. Yet again. I think it's only 500 millibuckets though? Yeah, it's 500. So 2 cryothiums to fill a cryothium flux duct. That's not that bad. Not nearly as bad as filling up the reactor. 1 bucket is 4. So every so often you'll see like darker leaves or lighter leaves on trees that don't belong, like this for instance. You'll see it'll say apple oak, for instance. These are pollinated leaves. These are from the bees. They pollinate the different trees that are next to each other. So the spruce and the oak leaves, for instance, right here, probably crossbreeded and created these. These have, if I had to take a guess, around an 85% chance of producing either oak or spruce, or even mundane. And then about another 15% chance of being something new. A totally different tree. There's, let's look them up right now, actually. Yeah, as you can tell, 5 pages of, oh no, 2 pages of saplings. But still, that's a lot. Alright guys, so I've made a couple of these cryotheum flux ducts, and I've been playing around with how I want to set up the power lines and everything like that. But before I do so, I do want to explain a couple things because I wasn't very clear about it in the last clip. So the reason why these are much better, or not better, the reason why these are better, period, I guess you could say much better, than any other energy conduit or, you know, any cable that can transfer RF, period, is because these don't have a limit to how much they can transfer. Whereas the energy conduits, they'll even say, yeah, max output 640 RF per tick. This one's 5020 RF per tick, and then this one's 20,480 RF per tick, which is, you know, it's a lot, but it's still technically a limit. And realistically, I'd be, I think, wasting resources building the energy conduits, because number one, I'd have to replace them with the cryotheum flux ducts eventually anyhow. So I figured these were cheaper anyhow, and they're better, so that's why I rolled with them. But getting to how I set this up a little bit, because I've been playing around with the cables and whatnot, trying to make them a little hidden. And I gotta reset this browser because the sound is not working yet again. But I have the cables now running underneath, well, the flux ducts underneath the floors here, just like so. But I didn't plan out how I wanted the cables to run so well when I built the reactor room in this room. So I kind of screwed the pooch a little bit, and I really can't make a maintenance room or maintenance like hallway maintenance area for the cryotheum flux ducts here, but it's okay because I'm probably not going to be doing that much maintenance anyhow because they're already connected. And secondly, if I really need to, I could just uproot the floor a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, and then just fill it back in. I don't think it's that hard. I would like a maintenance room just to make it a little bit more professional, but it is what it is. But yeah, I got my line of machines here now, and it looks like we're at a power, which is, I know it sounds weird, but it's kind of awesome because I wanted to show you guys how fast this thing produces power now. Watch this, ready? It's at 0 RF right now. It's almost full. It's not quite full, but good enough. 99%, I mean, that's as full as, and it's pretty full. But yeah, let's turn this on and see how fast it gets to 10 million. There's 1 million RF. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. That is so fast. Now we turn it off, and it's still producing RF. That is so crazy. And we have full power, and we only used we used 2 yellorium from that. That is insane. Oh, and before I forget, I did do a little bit of remodeling in this hallway specifically, in between episodes. So I noticed that this was not marbled off. It was spruce planks to the dialerite pillar here, and this one had the marble block off, and I really liked how it looked, so replicated it. Added 2 sledges here. It makes it look really good in my opinion. I added an archway. Well, first off, I added the 2 stairs there, so that way it finally completes and it just matches the other side really well. But I also added this little archway type thing on the sides as well, which, I don't know, kind of looks pretty neat. And then I did this as well around the circle. And I'm probably going to put a chandelier in the middle. You know what? Maybe that's what we'll do this episode. Make a chandelier. Yeah, alright, we'll make a chandelier. I'll be right back with you guys when I start playing around with the ideas. Leave in the comments below what you guys think would be the best style for the chandelier. I'm going to play around with a couple ideas. Alright, so that's style number 1. This is style number 2. Style number 3. And style number 4. Alright. Update. So this is actually going to be the 5th choice. And I think I'm going to go with it for now. Unless somebody says otherwise. But I think I like that a lot, actually. Looks like a big old disco ball, almost. Alright. I also gotta add lights in here, too. I don't even know what I should use, though. Oh, now I know what I was gonna do for light, actually. We were gonna make those Project Red lights. Alright, so I do know what I'm gonna do this episode. We are gonna make the Project Red exploration lights. Can't type. Alright, let's see now. There's a whole bunch of different stuff they got. I just don't know what any of it does. Oh, Project Red has its own jetpack. This looks really expensive. Emeralds and diamonds. A battery box. Basalt brick wall. So basalt is from Project Red. Oh, Project Red is actually really important. I didn't realize it has I didn't realize that Ruby, Sapphire, and Peridot was from Project Red. Interesting. Yellow lamps, Project Red illumination. This is what we want. And also the backpack is from Project Red as well. Huh. I wonder what this item barrel does. I wonder if it works like a better barrel. Woolgen. Electroline wall. Ooh. Silver wall. Tin wall. Inverted blue lamp. Now these look cool. These are lanterns. Fixtures. And then this is what we want. We want the fallout lights, I think. Oh wait, no, we want the cage lamps. I'm gonna make fallout, and I'm also gonna make caged. All right, yeah. So let's make some of these. So I think the best one that we should make is this one. I think. What do we need for this? Just cooked up clean stone to make these circuits. That's interesting. And what do you need for these exactly? Same thing, pretty much. Yeah, glowstone and what? Just anything. Oh, sulfur you can use. I think I got a little sulfur from my pulverizer. Ooh. Ooh. Those are nice looking. And they're bright too. And what about these? I don't know. These I feel like are a little bit too much now that I saw these. These look more like they belong in the reactor here. Reactor room. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I think I'm gonna go with these. But if you guys think I should go with these instead, I will tear all these down and make these instead. Alright, finally rigged up all the lights in here. Looks pretty good. Pretty lit up. It's on hard mode too. So if any mobs were about to spawn, or if any mobs were able to spawn in here, they would definitely be spawning right now. They look pretty good.